So I'd like to talk to you about a form of protection that we will call boundary setting. Now, if you're anything like me and you've struggled to set boundaries in the past, it might be because maybe you're a people pleaser, or maybe you actually are a little bit afraid to stand up for yourself and you have a little bit of a block here. But it might also be because you think that boundaries will keep people out of your life, or that the boundary might damage the relationship. And so what I want to share with you is that boundaries not only protect us, but also protect our relationships. So it's kind of like when you have a backyard and you want to fence it in. You don't put a fence around the backyard because you never want to invite anyone over and because you want to keep everyone out. You just have the fence because maybe you don't want the random stray dogs in the neighborhood to be able to come and go as they please. And also maybe you want to actually have a little bit of control so that when you want to have somebody over, it's because you invited them over and there is something called consent and permission that takes place. Okay, so when we look at boundaries as something that keeps people in our lives rather than pushing them away from us, then we can really sit into using boundaries to protect ourselves and the relationship. Now, if I set a boundary, my boundary is never what I need the other person to do. My boundary is always what I'm going to do. So we always want to be in our empowerment and in our accountability. So it's not that if you come over unannounced, I need you to leave. You have to leave if you come over unannounced. It's something more like, if you come over unannounced, I might not answer my door because I didn't know that you were coming. And so if you can call me first, I'll know you're coming and then I'll for sure answer my door. Something like that. So we're not telling other people what to do, but we're actually saying what I'm going to do. And now we could talk about this for a lot more than 3 minutes, because it's really important that if we set a boundary in a relationship that we're trying to keep and that person violates that boundary, we now need to set another boundary, just another step out. And so if there are people in your life who are not willing to be respectful and in good relationship with you, by setting multiple boundaries and having them cross those boundaries, and then you have to set another one and push them a little further away, and then another one a little further away, this might actually, yes, eventually put a relationship out of your life. But I promise that in the process, you'll come to see that it wasn't a respectful relationship, and so it probably wasn't one that should stay, because anyone that should stay in your life is going to do their best to reciprocate and to respect your boundaries, and you might actually set the example for them to do the same and inspire them.